Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are having a good new year, all that stuff. We're going to talk to you. You should have had your goals set by now and all that good stuff, but some of us don't. We were kind of waiting for election and things like that to get out of the way. So we want to go over what you can expect from your new year, guys. A couple of things happened, and doesn't matter how you are politically. Uh, we're going to go over what you're doing when you're with your brokerage, who you're choosing to be with your broker, who you chose to be your broker, and this, that, and the other. More importantly than ever now, especially in the United States, but especially in Texas, our home base, which I'm very proud to be a part of Texas with what's coming. So, guys, what you need to understand is one size does not fit all. So, if you're an agent who's with someone else, you need to consider a couple things. And I'm just going to run down. This is going to be a bare bones, brass knuckles coming at you kind of video today. Sorry, I'm not going to mix it up for you, and I'm not going to put sugar on it. We're not going to put honey on it and put it in a bowl for you. We're going to serve it up just like it is, okay? We're part of a lot of markets, and we cover most of the state of Texas, and I'm very proud of that fact. And I'm going to tell you, in the coming 2 years, if you're in West Texas, it's going to be a very tough market. Oil companies are already beginning to queue up their layoffs. They're already laying people off. They're getting ready for a battle that's coming at them with regulations and everything else. And so the oil industry, you can expect gas to jump in the next 2 years, at least $1 a gallon. And so consequently, you're going to have people in trouble. You're going to have people who bought houses in West Texas are going to be different. It's going to be a different kind of market because they're heavily energy independent. And if you've been out there, you understand why. Okay, it's the Permian Basin. It's what made them, what put them on a map. Okay, that and cattle. Well, oil's taken over, and you got all these windmills out there that are harmful to the environment and everything. You know, they do more harm to the environment than they do good, but still, oil is the mainstay. So and we're still going to stay in West Texas. And when we're in West Texas, the great thing is, as the market begins to go down, people are going to need help. Is it going to be stressful for them? Yes. We have to be the voice of reason. So that's going to be a different market. That's going to be a shifting market. And as that market shifts over the next 2 years, it's really going to get bad starting next year. Okay, as that market begins to shift, all right, we have to attack that market and say we do Dallas, or we do Houston, who has some tech sector and some medical sectors and some things like that. So, guys, when you're out there and you're with a franchise and it's one size fits all, and one thing's going to happen as business begins to dry up, you're going to have independent brokers and franchises. The broker's going to compete with you more. Okay, so just want to prepare you for that. Also, you're going to have them changing the split so that they keep the same amount of money coming in. Here's Dillon Miller Homes Group. We never will. We are who we are. We understand that markets go up and markets go down. Our hope was this year that we were going to keep growing like we did in the last 4 years, and we're going to be phenomenal. Well, we're going to continue to grow, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to grow to survive and maintain what we have now. The growth we will have to have, and I've done the numbers on it, we're going to have year over year about a 50% growth to maintain where we are now with what we know is coming in the market. Texas, we're very blessed to be in an independent state, and we're going to have some wonderful opportunities for us, but we're going to have different markets all around the state. Now, if you're out there, I want you to pay attention to your customers' needs, okay? You have, for instance, right now in Austin, Texas, you have a defund the police movement going on by the mayor and the city council and all that. Well, I've got a friend, we're not in the Austin market. I have a friend who's north of Austin. He had a house that listed for $380,000. He had 95 offers on it in 72 hours. 95 offers in 72 hours. They took a cash offer that was 50 grand over, no inspections, the people never saw the house when they closed it. They were moving here from out of state. So we're going to get people moving in from out of state that have cash, but they want to be in safe areas. So you got some of these metro areas. You have Dallas, you have Austin, San Antonio to a certain extent. Houston's pretty balanced. You've got so the defund the police and the security, people are beginning to move to the suburbs where leadership is more, we want to not defund, but refund the police. We want to fund them more. And so you're going to have to pay attention to what your customer wants. Safety is going to become paramount. In Texas, it's a license to carry state. And so that helps things a little bit. But when you got, for instance, Austin, I know of, we got businesses, everybody's like, oh my God, we got businesses moving into Austin. Well, they're moving in more around Austin than they are to Austin, okay? Tesla, for example, has a huge, huge presence in McGregor, Texas. And everybody says, oh my God, they're in Austin. No, they're in McGregor. That's a few miles away. They're going to have a few things around Austin, but they're not going to be anything in an Austin city limits to speak of. It'll be very minor. So these businesses are going to the Austin area, but they're staying out of the crime-ridden part, okay? And they're staying out of the ones that seek to control their movements and mayors that won't let them move around and this, that, and the other. So you've got people like that. You want to make sure that you listen to their wishes. Now, one size does not fit all. If you're looking for a broker or you're with a broker that keeps saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I know one of the big franchises, the only thing they think of is recruit your way. Recruit, recruit, recruit. Well, the problem is you can recruit all the agents in the world, and if they're not selling anything, you don't make any money. We want to recruit family members and then teach them to perform. And keeping with, okay, we don't want to look at the gloom and doom. We want to look at the opportunities. Out of every negative experience, there's an opportunity, okay? West Texas, there's going to be an opportunity. I started my real estate career in the downturn in the mid-2000s, and I want to tell you something. I did well while everybody else was wringing their hands going, oh my God, I'm not selling this cheap stuff. I just sold a lot of cheap stuff and made more of it. Things were crashing. Short sales were horrible. I didn't do them. I didn't do foreclosures. I helped people get out of their house and get on their way and do that. Builders that had built specs, we helped them get out of their specs. We helped them do all kinds of things. So the opportunities there, whatever you want to see, you're going to see. If you see that the sky is falling and it's going to be bad, guess what? It will be, okay? You want to make sure of that, okay? We got text coming in already. If you see there's an opportunity, let me trust me, out of chaos is an opportunity, okay? But I'm not going to kid you, all right? We now have a federal government that is against energy, okay? And so you're going to be in a situation to where that's going to be a constant fight, court battles and things like that. So we want to make sure that, we're on the right side of helping people save their lives, save their livelihood as much as we can, get them into lower price houses. There's going to be a flux of sales coming to West Texas right now. People are going to be trying to get out of that market before it crashes, and then it is going to crash. You're going to see some wonderful opportunities in West Texas. East Texas is going to be totally different. We're still in a highest and best situation in East Texas. I'm going to tell you, if you're a real estate agent right now, one thing that's great about Miller Homes Group is we don't take money from anybody. We have had examples in the mortgage house here in Tyler, drop the ball. We had a lender pick it up. Those folks are closing, and the mortgage house delayed the appraisal, did everything they could to scuttle this deal, and it's okay. We had a guy in Dallas, Gerard Mortgage over there in Dallas, that shouldn't even have took a loan. 2 days before Christmas, he backed out. So what we do is there's a reckoning coming. You have to vet the people you recommend. And these companies like Keller Williams and some of the others that take money from everybody who walks in the door, if you'll write us a check, congratulations, you're one of our preferred vendors, okay? What's going to happen there is we've got court cases in a couple of states. There's even one in Dallas now where realtors have referred things, and the judge is asked, how did you vet these people? And what it boiled down to is the way they were vetted is they gave us a check. We don't do that at Miller Homes Group. How we vet people is, do you get them closed? Do you communicate? Do you do the things that are necessary to keep things going and keep the deal on the right path? We don't get anything. As a matter of fact, you can ask some of our lenders, 9 times out of 10 when we go out, I pay for their lunch. We don't want anything except a satisfied customer. And each of the cases that I'm speaking of, and there are tens of thousands of them nationwide, we have lenders that drop the ball. You're going to have people that are getting in the business trying to make a quick buck that aren't good. Stick with the ones that are tried and true and have paid their dues. Now, guess what? The preferred lenders that we will recommend, they make mistakes all day long. But those mistakes usually are around The fact that the buyer lied to them, didn't represent something right, didn't do this, didn't do that, and we try to get all that stuff uncovered right up front. We don't have something sitting someplace like this guy in Dallas did for 40 something days, finally opened the file and went, oops. These people thought they were buying a house. There were 5 other families involved that were homeless on Christmas because of this one guy. He went home, went to bed. He didn't care. But another one out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So guys, pay attention to who you recommend, because we're going to begin to see, and rightfully so. I'm not much for litigation, and I'm not much for, all the rules and stuff, but we're beginning to see, how did you vet this people? And if your vetting was, they wrote me a check, guess who's going to get sued? Okay. And rightfully so. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to recommend people that don't have a financial twine with us. We don't have 5 or 6 home warranty companies writing us checks. Some of them don't even have vendors in the area. We deal with one main one, and we deal with a couple, but that are honest. And to be honest with you, I just had one. I had a washing machine issue on a 10-year-old washing machine, and my home warranty covered it. Guy came out and said, "Here's what it is. I'll be back next week with a part." I was totally amazed. We wrote him a check, and it was fantastic. So when anybody asks how we vet our vendors, we vet them by what they get to the closing table and how they communicate and treat our customers. And that is through experience. We are not allowed at Miller Homes Group to take money from them. Okay? So keep that in mind. That's going to help you as you go out there. Now, we got West Texas that we've just talked about that has a market that's going to be in turmoil because it's energy dependent. Okay? Dallas is still really good right now. And let me assure you of something. If you have a listing, and this was really great, Audra had a listing, and I talked to her about it. The agent on the other end, there was multiple highest and best. The agent on the other end that got it, okay, immediately after the offer was accepted, started being a toot. Well, go away. It'll sell in 10 seconds. There's a contract waiting on it. The minute it doesn't go, there's another one going. If you're representing a buyer in one of these hot markets, okay, you better remember whose money you're spending. You are spending your customers' money. And if they're finding a house that's $2, $2.25, $250, $175, there's not many of them on the market. So if you are a toot, guess what happens? They can't find another house, and you're gone. And you can raise all the cane you want to raise. It's still the customer's choice. I love it. Well, we'll file a tract complaint. Well, go right ahead. The seller said they didn't want to work with you. They said no to everything. Well, by gosh, it's an FHA required repair. It doesn't matter. The contract clearly states that the seller doesn't have to do any FHA required repairs. They can turn it down, and the buyer can get their earnest money and go away. We do not have to deal with people that are problems in the market in East Texas right now, in Houston and Austin, San Antonio, some of these markets, okay? This will be this way for a while. No matter what happens on a federal level, okay? It will take a while to ruin all of the markets. Okay, so let me be honest with you. I think Texas will stay strong in some of these markets because of the lockdowns and everything. You've got people relocating to our state because of our state government, and we're very independent, along with Wyoming and South Dakota and all that. We're going to say those are states' rights issues. Go away. I want everyone to pay attention to their market. So if you're in West Texas, you're going to be in a shifting market where you have to adapt. One size doesn't fit all, guys. You have to adapt. You have to be ready for a constantly changing market. Appraisals are going to start dropping like a rock over the next 2 years. If you're in Dallas, East Texas, Houston, okay, the tech corridor, all right, you're still going to have houses that are getting highest and best. We don't have enough inventory on the market. You want to make sure that when you list a house, it's clean, it's ready to go, because you're probably going to get an offer on it. You're going to get multiple and best. These things are going to be great. Now, here's a habit we're having in Dallas, we're having in Houston, we're having in East Texas. You're having agents are savvy, okay? They'll come in and they'll make a stupid offer. Say you got a house listed for $200 and they say highest and best. They'll offer $230. Your seller automatically thinks they got $230 and they're going FHA or this, that, and the other. Well, then it doesn't appraise and you got to negotiate. Okay, so that's what's happening. They're over offering and they're letting the appraisal protect their buyer. I don't have a problem with that, but be sure and explain it to your seller that you're not going to get that. It will not appraise for that. Yeah, I had it priced at 200, and the reason is I think that's top of the market. We might get 205, 209 if we're lucky, because things are constantly going up in these markets. It's like two different countries, okay? Things are going up in these markets. So if things are going up in these markets, but you're not going to get that, be prepared. And you've also got a situation, if you've got the seller, if I've got the seller, you cannot tell the seller what to do. We work for them, and you cannot tell the buyer what to do. We work for them. We have some agents that forget that. Okay, we'll send over a piece of paper or something, and they'll go, "Oh, they're not doing that." "Oh, really? You presented it to them already? You just got it?" Okay, no, I don't think they'll do that, but I'll be glad to present it, is the correct response. Okay, the situation that we're having, okay, is you get 5 offers. Okay, those 5 offers are going to be generally, you got cash, you got this. Cash may be a little lower, but it might close faster. You got this, you got that. You got an investor who doesn't care the condition of the house. He's just buying it, et cetera, and so on. So let's look at this. If you're looking at 5 offers, you have to consider the lender. I'm sorry to say this, but you have to consider the agent you're working with on the other side. So if these people come in with a substandard lender, and they come in with an agent that's always a problem, always drama, and always a problem, okay, you have to advise your seller what's going on now. And I tell my seller this, okay? And I used to, don't compete with you guys. Guys, here's the situation. I just want to tell you what's going on. It's up to you who you eventually accept. I'm going to tell you what it's like to work with this lender and this agent, because if you focus in on the money, all right, fantastic. I'm going to tell you about working with each of these agents, and I'm going to go right down the list. This one's a drama mama. This one's a great agent. She does a wonderful job. She strives for a win-win. This one clearly overbid it, knowing it wasn't going to appraise but for this, okay, et cetera, and so on. This lender, substandard, it's never going to close on time. We're not, Chase, all those stuff. Mortgage banker or mortgage brokers. If you're a mortgage broker, forget the closing date. They have a very poor closing on time rate. So mortgage brokers, I'd look at them, and then if they ask me, what do you think? I'll never tell them which one to take. I'll say, this one's a mortgage broker. That one's not going to close on time. So if you're counting on getting your money moving, and this one over here, this agent is always a problem once we accept that. So agents develop reputations that cost their customers money, and you have to be careful whose money you're spending. We're in a market where it's a seller's market, okay? And yeah, Tammy, love you, girl. We're in a market where it's a seller's market, okay? Start acting like it. Now, do not be rude to the other side, okay? You just tell them and you don't have to disclose anything. You'll have agents call. I had an agent call me because one of my agents, they accepted another offer. Well, this agent had a sense of entitlement. Well, I demand to know what was accepted. It doesn't matter. It's none of your business. That's private information, and it will be in the MLS at some time. I've had them call after, well, we offered more. If you want to make it about money, you absolutely did. The lender you had was substandard, and you're a problem to deal with. The seller chose not to have the drama or deal with something that wouldn't close on time, okay? There are a lot of mitigating factors, okay? All things being created equal, which they should be, but they're not, okay? You bring me an offer and you've got an in-house lender that takes money. You've got a title company that somebody in your office owns. You're taking money from the home warranty company, and you have a reputation for being a pain in the ass to deal with. My customer's going to look at me and they're going to ask my opinion, and I'm going to go, I wish we had another offer, okay? I'll be honest with them. I'll tell them, look, if we're going to do this deal, here's how we're going to have to work this deal, all right? So if you're in a highest and best situation and you have a reputation of being hard to get along with, you're spending your customers' money, okay? If you get in a situation where you are not doing things correctly and you're drama all the time, and I'm the seller, I'm going to say, go away, put it back on the market, we'll sell it this weekend. So the only person you hurt by not being professional and not acting professional is your customer. The house is going to sell to somebody. And in today's market, if you got it, I love it. Audra had a $225,000, $230,000 duplex in Euless, and we got an agent over there that's, just a drama mama. Well, guess what? The seller said, I'm not doing anything for them. I've already got a backup contract. It's an investor. The guy can close in 2 weeks. You know, I'm not doing anything for them. They can walk away or they can buy the house. I'm done with them. Okay. Pretty good. I mean, that's where you get. Okay. Whose money are you spending? Because the 2.5%, 3%, 4%, 6%, whatever you're getting on it is going to be very minute compared to what you could cost your customer. That being said, we've signed up 4 or 5 new agents in the last week, and some of them are brand spanking new. And what was really amazing is they went to a couple of franchises and asked if they could visit with their broker, and neither one of them had brokers on site. And when they asked if they could see the broker here, I said, I am the broker. What would you like? And we sat down and visited with them. So they're getting smarter. If you can't get a hold of your broker, you got franchise fees. Look, why in the world? You've got training on Facebook Live here. We'll go back to live training as soon as it's feasibly safe to do so. Why in the world do you pay a franchise fee, have a 70-30 split, 60-40 split? We're finding in the Sulphur Springs, Mount Pleasant area, you've got independents up there on 50-50. My God, it's horrible. I mean, I'm just sitting there. And the number one agent in their office is their broker, who takes leads from them and says won't help them work a high quality, high dollar lead, takes it from them. Okay. We work them all. I've been out helping people on $50,000 houses. I've helped them on $1.5 million. The object of our goal, object of us at Miller Homes Group, and the object of the game, if you want to call it that, but our goal is to have a happy customer and have a happy customer for life. And if you put them with a lender that's honest with them, and if you take care of them, have a home warranty that actually works very well, that you're not taking money from, and this, that, and the other. Now, I don't have any problem with having multiple streams of income, but when it's not based on quality, we have a problem. And when it's just based on the fact that they wrote us a check, so we'll let them in the door. They bought the birthday cake for everybody this month, this, that, and the other. Okay, guys, we don't do that. We have very, very good lenders. Okay, we've got Amber, we got Lacey Shirley, we've got, oh my God, we got some back here on the wall. Okay. Sherry Paul's as good as they come. She's great. Amber Bolden's up there. We have some amazing people up here that that they'll get it done if they can't get it done. Now, and if you're a buyer, you have to be as honest as you possibly can with them. So a lot of times we have, you'll have an agent get upset because this loan or that loan won't go. Well, it's because when they got the confirmation of employment back, we realized that 90% of not 90, but half the guy's pay was overtime or mileage or something like that. So guys, you're going to see markets begin to do weird things. I believe West Texas, and I can show you the date on it. West Texas is fixing to have some problems. Dallas, East Texas, Houston are going to be just fine. You're going to have people looking for security. You're going to have people in Dallas looking to move out of Dallas because you have the defund the police and all that crap. They can't even go out to eat without being accosted by people in Austin and things like that. You have government that against the state executive order of the government, you have in Austin, you can't be out past 10. You can't do this. You can't do that. We live in a state that's severely independent, and that's not going to play. Okay, so pay attention to the wishes of the people that you're going. Okay, if somebody came to me as an agent and said, I've got 3 kids, I need safe and security, they need to ride their bicycles in the street, on the sidewalk. Well, I'm not putting them inside Austin city limits. I'm sorry. Okay, the police aren't responding to this or responding to that now because they just don't have the funds and they've been defunded. So, those type of things. So you pay attention to what your people are. I mean, I'll tell them, look, here's what's going on here. And if you're okay with that, that's great. It's ultimately their decision. But if they leave it to me, I'm going to put them where they're safe. So what I want you to understand is we don't discriminate against anybody. We want everybody to have a home from $40,000 to $5 million. I don't care. All right, guys, there's a lot out there going on in the market today. We have agents. There's an agency in New York that's being sued right now because they wouldn't wait on anybody under a certain amount of a certain dollar figure when there were homes available in their market. If somebody called them and said, I want to look at this, they wouldn't do it. They're in trouble. We'll show them anything. I may not, you may not have time, but somebody in this office has time. We want you to treat everybody like they're $1 million customer, because I believe, and the data will support it, that they will buy or refer to you in their lifetime $1 million worth of business if you treat them right and love on them. Okay? Everybody deserves a home. Pay attention to your one size can't fit all. Houston's going to be a different market than Dallas. Okay, East Texas is going to be different than Dallas. It is. Okay, that's just the way it is. West Texas is going to be different than all of it. Austin's going to be different than all of it. All of these markets are going to have different things that one size doesn't fit all. Okay, I can pound on you all day. Call this, call that, do this. We'll teach you at Miller Homes Group how to be a successful agent. Yeah, we've got a lead thing, and it's, suspect here and there, but we still do 15, 19 a month and give them 200,000 or 300,000 a year. Okay, you can have that, but the ultimate goal is to build your own business and not have a broker competing for your business, not having an owner's wife or team leader's wife competing for your business, answering the phone. We let you design your own signs. We put your phone, you put your phone number on the sign so that you get the phone calls. We make it about you. Our splits are incredibly favorable towards you. And if you're, we've got two plans, one for West Texas and the one in East Texas, you're capped. You have a cap that you can get to 100%. Guys, there's no games here. There's a backlash against tech. Everybody is so sick of getting hammered. Their emails, and I have one email account that has over 100,000 emails that haven't been read. They're all junk. They're all junk. And I'm transitioning away from it, because I just can't go back and look at all of them and delete them all. So what you've got is you have people that they still want the attention. They still want to hear your voice. They still want to do this. I'll tell you the single greatest way to succeed in real estate: answer your phone. If you answer your phone promptly, sincerely, return text messages and emails rapidly, you can be a success in this business. It depends on what you want to put in it. So you're going to make the decision as to how successful you want to be. I can't make you, and we're not a match for everybody. We lose agents every year. We have teams this time of year that go to shaking and moving a little bit. Somebody gets off the team, somebody gets on the team. That's the nature of the beast. This business is constantly in flux, and it's going to change in a lot in the next 3 or 4 years. And the big guys have banked on the fact they're going all tech all the time. Okay? Bless them. We have some of the great technology pieces that they have, okay? But we didn't have to close down an app that they launched with great fanfare last year or 2 years ago, talking about how great their app was and it was going to save the world. It was going to be the best it was. And now it's shut down, okay? We don't make mistakes like that because somebody's ego gets involved. We vet things, we vet them properly, and then we present them to the public because we know how they work. So a couple of things. If you're a customer, I don't know why you're doing business with somebody other than a Miller Homes Group realtor. And if you're a real estate agent, see if you're a match. Contact one of our agents. We're invitation only. We'd love to have you. If you're watching our YouTube channel, MHG Live, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We'd love to talk to you. This has been an honest talk today about what's coming in our market. Am I scared? No, I've been through it before, okay? Am I hopeful? Absolutely. Absolutely. I live in a state, and I live in a state of mind where I believe that the best way to move is forward. And we're going to move forward, but I am going to respect and know where the problems are as I'm going forward. And we're going to be spending a lot of time in West Texas over the next 2 years because they're going to need a lot of our help. But guys, bless you. Have a great new year. It's going to be snowing in a lot of our area this weekend. I want you guys to be very, very careful and get out there and have a good time.